of All Might in My Hero Academia. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I am Clifford Chapin, I am the voice of Koski Bakugo!
Hi guys, my name is Chris Wakamp and I'm the voice of your sensei, Shota Aizawa.
Hey everybody, I'm Patrick Seitz, I'm Dad of the Year Endeavor.
Hello everyone, I am Zeno Robinson and I play Hawks in My Hero Academia.
Hi friends, my name is Trina Nishimura and I play Jiro in My Hero Academia.
Alright. Okay, so this is a Q&A panel, so we're going to do a couple warm-up questions and then we're going to let you guys line up and take over.
Look at Samantha!
Oh my god!
It was not.
Wasn't on my schedule. Seriously.
So all you Miss Babies, we all introduced ourselves so far, but you just have to introduce yourself and say who you play in the show.
Yep.
Say your name.
Just who you are.
Hi, I'm Mia Clark and I play Himiko Toga in My Hero Academia.
Alright, awesome. Sorry for the late notice, apparently. So we're going to do a couple warm-up questions, then we're going to do the Q&A, give you guys time to ask your questions, do whatever you want. So, well, not whatever you want, I take that back. Okay, no. Behave, everyone here. So, maybe a cliche question, but we're going to switch it up a little bit. So, in the show, what is your favorite moment, but that's not your character, somebody else's character, if anything sticks out to you?
I mean, are there any other good moments?
You can say
Actually,
yourself too if you want.
I've been crying such ugly tears in this last season, and oh my gosh, Leah, the work you did this season is so freaking good. Oh my gosh. The Chaco scene is just like, painful.
That means so much to me, thank you.
For me, I'll also pick from this season. It was Seitz's work in the most recent episode for the Todoroki family.
Woo!
Brought me to tears watching that episode, so that's probably gonna be my moment for that.
I really liked Deku's Dark Deku arc, where he went up against his whole class.
Woo!
And he came to his senses. They kicked his butt until he finally came to his senses. That was amazing.
I also really like the Todoroki, arc discovery situation, but I also was really moved the first time I watched My Hero, not really expecting, it to be as, My Hero-ish as it is. And I was really touched by, actually All Might's, other side. That whole moment and the whole you can be a hero thing, I think because I didn't expect it to be like that moving, was like, oh wow, it just stuck with me. So yeah, what's your face?
I think for me, it sounds like a bit of a cop-out. I'm an emotional, sappy guy, so all of the emotional beats that people have been mentioning already have been messing me up majorly. Especially your stuff. Like, I feel like I just got done crying for my own scenes. I'm like, okay, let's watch some show and now be emotionally damaged. And then bam, it was you guys just emotionally damaging me. But to veer away from the emotional damage and the heartfelt stuff, random answer, I really like, and maybe it's just me being stupid, I really like the stuff with Gentle Criminal and La Brava. There's an emotional depth there, and especially the redemption they get to go through, but also like, they just want to have fun and wear outfits and do the thing, and it feels like they were heading to a Ren fair, but instead they fell into crime. Like, I hope those kids make it, I love them.
For me, I would probably say Cliff, your work this season, especially you had a big Bakugo scene this season, and I went into the show not liking and thinking I would never like Bakugo as a character, and I can hear the nuance in your performance of his growth, and I thought that was I was furious because I was so impressed.
I really like the scene where I really like the scene where Minetta is peeping on some girls and I poke his eye out. Yeah, because I love Brina and her voice for Minetta, so it's a funny voice.
Way to bring us back to levity, you know.
You know, I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Sorry.
Also, when you were facing off, it's like they're just kids, man.
Yeah.
They can't hang, but they were like
You were in it.
100%. Like I got all choked up, and then like the ear.
I know.
I was like, no.
Like the ear moment, I was like, job secure.
Oh, you're talking about the ear moment.
Sorry.
See you guys at the end.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for your answers. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, what is something in your life that you have gone beyond plus ultra for? Something that you really strive for, whether in your career or just in your normal everyday life?
Cheese.
Is it cheese?
I eat way too much cheese.
I love same.
I go plus ultra for Baby Bell cheese specifically. I don't know what it is about cheese in the evening, but I have got to stop eating so much cheese. So, plus ultra.
How do you come back to cheese?
Hey, you can't beat cheese.
You really can't.
Only if it's spreadable.
Do you have a favorite cheese?
I mean, just cheese. That's the problem. It's just, it's just cheese.
That is the problem.
You can tell them apart. You know, I don't care what kind of.
I'm not very discerning at this point. Yeah, it's just like after about 9 p.m. I find myself in the fridge, just like, what is the cheese situation? It's time to go plus ultra on it.
That's a little too relatable for me. Same. Anyone else?
I'm just gonna tell you all.
Just cheese all across the board.
gonna
Everybody's
tell you-
cheese.
SMK with cheese.
I'm gonna tell you all right now that Trina Nishimura is probably the most plus ultra person I know.
Facts.
Because
Yes.
Trina is constantly messaging me and other voice actor friends about all sorts of fans that she's met or you know, kiddos who really wanted to meet us or whatnot. Not too long ago, she reached out to me about a fan who was a big fan of Attack on Titan, who he was going through leukemia treatment, wasn't he, Trina?
Wow.
And Trina had arranged this whole thing for all of us to sign like a bunch of stuff for him, and then somehow also set up for him to come and like tour Crunchyroll and all these things. And that is Trina Nishimura. She is the most plus ultra person.
You guys, that's really kind of good to say, and yes, I will give you your $50 later, bro. You're supposed to wait till the end. Yeah, plus ultra. I think for me personally, as far as things that I would go plus ultra for, would that be how you phrase it? Yeah. I would go plus ultra. I mean, I love cheese, but yeah, I think for me, anything worth doing is worth doing well, and I think as far as plus ultra, as far as I interpret it from my own brain, is mostly about gratitude. I know that sounds cheesy, and this is the part where I'm
See, we're going back
I know it sounds cheesy, and I'm supposed to do fart jokes. It's fart joke, meaningful content fart joke. And I haven't said enough fart jokes yet. But for me, it's gratitude, and coming to events like this and getting to hang out with my tribe and people that I truly love, and meeting amazing people like you, makes me feel plus ultra, whatever that's worth. So that's it. Somebody tell a fart joke.
I can't possibly follow that with
Say cheese or something.
Mirko.
No. You didn't hear it, but he just farted. He farted.
I mean, I think for me, gratitude is one day you wake up and you do the math and you're like, oh man, I've been doing this a hot minute or year or decade or a couple decades. People coming up and telling me like, oh, you're the voice of my childhood. It goes from being figurative or hyperbolic to being literal. And you're like, oh, and I'm still here and I still get to do the thing. So for me, I mean, I don't make it sound like it's like an amazing performance every time I open my mouth, but you want to be just grateful that you still get to do this and do it again and do it again and do it again and learn something new and go through something new as a character. So I'm big on gratitude. I'm really big on gratitude. Fart joke.
Fart joke. Fart joke and cheese, that's it. It's the whole panel.
I'd say the time I go plus ultra anytime I need to do something that's actually important. Because that's what my ADHD does. It's like if I need to finish doing something for work, I'll put that aside and go plus ultra on literally anything else. Like anything. I had so much to do before I left for this trip. And my brother had asked me to send something to a friend of his daughter or something like that he worked with. And I should have been able to finish it, but I went so far over the top, making the box look like it actually came from UA High School, like putting the return address as like the faculty department and like making the stamp and putting it all over the side. It was way too much work. And I didn't get anything done, so.
I felt that in my soul, because I have ADHD too.
Ooh.
That is how mine works. I think anybody who's ever professionally messaged me can attest to that. That's why you're laughing. Because, unreachable sometimes.
I'm never gonna hear back from you.
Please, you have to go. You have to tweet me like, I emailed you. Can you please answer? I'm trying to give you money.
I think I go uncomfortably plus ultra for dogs, and here's the thing, is that I also enjoy babies. I think they're adorable, they're precious, they're sweet, wonderful, but I noticed this thing about myself. When somebody walks up to my table that has a baby, I'm like, oh baby, that's so cute, baby. But they walk up to me with a dog, it's like, oh my gosh, you have a dog! And suddenly I'm like, I'm a jerk, oh my god. Yeah. I think that's my PU moment.
Everything you guys said was incredibly relatable. I'm there. So we'll do one more question, then we're gonna do the Q&A. I'm not exactly sure where it's going. I'm gonna assume it's right there. It used to be right there. I don't see a microphone, so we're gonna figure that out.
Here?
Is it rogue? Okay, so yeah, if you're, oh, there it is, okay. I got the light in my eyes, don't yell at me, I'm sorry.
Hey, if there happens to be a sound person over there, if they could turn up the monitors, because if these questions are just as quiet as the rest of my colleagues, I won't be able to hear them. So if there's anything on these stage monitors, we put some sound in there, that'd be great.
Please and thank you.
So
Thank you.
We'll do one more
Thank
question.
you.
Sorry.
All right.
All right. Is there anything you guys do specifically to get in the mindset of your character before you start recording lines? Because I know some are very extreme, Bakugo, very aggressive. Is there anything? That's my favorite. So.
Chris, what do you do to get into character, man? Like you really got to hype yourself up, right?
Yeah.
I just punch myself in the face really hard and knock myself out for a little while, and then when I come to, I'm ready to go.
Nice.
Do you need to start sessions like an hour earlier, like to give you that time to come back to consciousness?
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I don't know. Not really. No, the answer is not really. I feel like one of the cool things about voicing a character for this long is like, in fact, I don't know if they're here, but there was a family all dressed up in amazing cosplay as various members of the class that came by. I ran into them outside before I came in today, and she was like, "We're so excited to meet you," and the mom is dressed like Aizawa.
Oh, I love that.
I'm just walking around. And,
Yeah, no, they just left.
Are they?
I saw them just walk out. There they are.
So she goes, would you be able to do the voice? And I just like boom, you know, because it's just right there. When you do it this long, you spend so much time with these characters that it kind of, like, I sort of talk to my kids in this voice now, a little bit, you know, almost unintentionally sometimes. So I guess for me, I don't really, it's just like an old familiar scarf that I'm putting on or something.
Aww.
See what I did there?
I did.
I yell at children. They're not mine, but I yell at them.
That's how he does it.
And for me, like the music, like seriously, like the stuff, especially at the end of season 7, where stuff was getting heavy all around, like it would be me like driving to the session, listening to the soundtrack. Like I knew, you know, once I got there, we were gonna get the character anyway, but knowing that, you know, time is always at a premium, as it always is for everything in life forever, just knowing that if I could, you know, pre-party my bad feelings a little bit on the way there, then I could hit the ground running.
I like to get into Jiro's brain, I usually just listen to a lot of like music on the way to the studio. I'm a big fan of the Smiths. That's a good one that I feel like that's her vibe for sure. And then sometimes if I'm feeling sassy, maybe a little AC/DC. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's not very good. What about you?
I listen to Patrick. I go, hey, can you play Patrick? And then now it pops. Yeah, it's usually what happens. Like, yeah, he's so good. I gotta step it up, man. Yeah, get me in there. Press record.
Samet, what do you do?
Oh, were you talking to me?
Yeah. What do
So
you do
I
to
can't
get?
hear anything when you guys talk about that. What do I do to get ready? It depends. I just try to talk to someone on the way to the studio. Have you guys ever had one of those mornings when you're like on the way to your first session and you're almost to the studio and you realize, I haven't talked to anyone today? So I try to do that. My mother thinks I just call her for fun, but I write it off for work.
It's a tactic.
I have to be really careful. You reminded me of something, Way Camp. Like, I have to be really careful when I talk to my kids at all. I have to talk in the highest voice possible when I talk to them.
Yeah.
My youngest, it doesn't even matter what I say. If I'm like, hey, please just brush your teeth. She'll go, Dad, that really scared me.
Yeah.
And I go, like, I don't even know what to do anymore. Sometimes she'll go, can you just laugh after you say something serious? I'm not even kidding. She did. I was like, okay.
What is your highest register?
What?
What is your highest register?
It doesn't exist.
He's like, this is my lowest voice, this is my highest voice.
That's it. See, I own the studio. I just call someone else to do the voice.
We're fun. We have fun in the My Hair Academia.
Do you answer that?
Yeah,
I thought cheese was the first answer. Wait,
that was the first ever answered question.
Sorry.
We got sidetracked with cheese. I'm still thinking about the cheese.
I just think about Justin Briner and it makes me angry.
Yeah.
Especially this weekend. Like, just, oh, God. No. But like Chris said, I mean, at this point, I don't have to really think about it. This Chris, not this Chris. This Chris said, I don't have to really think about it. Bakugo's been a part of my life for 8 years at this point. Like, you know, if I want to be Kazuki Bakugo, he's just there. Sometimes I used to do the Bakugo voice to make my kids laugh. Now they hear the Bakugo voice when I'm very angry at them. If they really, they don't care about it anymore. Like they still watch the show, but like they're not as entertained by me being Bakugo anymore. And so now they only hear that voice like if they really messed up. So anyway.
All right. We're doing the Q&A now. Guys, all of you in the line.
That's what you think.
Just on a tangent. Everybody, please be respectful to our guests. Please don't ask anything weird. Please.
Pretty open-ended there.
Please.
We want several people get out of line. Everyone sits down.
Don't be weird.
Dang it.
Oh man.
All right, go ahead, whoever is number one over there.
Hi. How did you pick like what voice to give your character when you first started out?
Ooh. That's an excellent question. Wait,
Cheese. Well, I started voicing Aizawa in season 2 after another really awesome actor had to walk away from the role, unfortunately. Or fortunately for me. Alex Organ, really amazing actor, was Aizawa in the first season. And so when I came to it, I kind of had the advantage of knowing a little bit about the show, you know, which is not always the case when you're just reading some sides. It's like you see a picture of a character and it's like, you know, he is very angry, or whatever, that's all you've got to go on. But in this case, I sort of had a sense of Aizawa by the time I came to Audition. And yeah, my takeaway was like, he was the Batman of this world. And so and I love Batman. Batman animated series is like my childhood, like every day in middle school, like I was all about it. And so I was like, I'm just going to be Batman. But the problem is that Batman is a billionaire, and also he's real serious all the time. Batman doesn't joke around a lot, and he's not slouchy, and he doesn't take naps, I don't think. So I sort of I just thought about it as like a sleepy Batman. So it was like, I am vengeance, but it's like, I'm vengeance. It's just, it's just a sort of a relaxed, sleepy Batman. Nonchalant Batman. Yeah.
I think mine was, I was told, so my direction was she needs to be equal parts adorable and terrifying. And so, I don't know, whenever I think of scary characters, I just kind of think Gremlin. And so I figured as long as there was some level of weird texture in the voice, I felt like I could still pull off creepy. So it's like, even if I'm being adorable, I'm still kind of weird, you know?
Woo!
Thanks, friends. Patrick?
I mean, we always have the advantage of being able to watch the Japanese and sort of, even if we're not aping that performance, we can still see what's going on with it. And I think with Endeavor, just seeing this slab of a man with his scowl and his fiery facial hair, and he's looking down, he's like, my kids aren't good enough. I didn't know where he was going to go over the course of the show, and he's had quite a journey, but at least right out of the gate, I'm like, oh, okay, yep. Stage dad, worst stage dad in the world, and also they're superheroes. Also, he's really good at his job, but he really sucks at being a parent or a person. Yep.
There's a surprising lack of worry about it for stress for 3 hours before deciding the voice happening here. Because that's what I did. I didn't know what voice to give Hawks for a really long time in the audition process. So a lot of it was just me worrying and trying to sound as cool as possible. Doing my best Matt Mercer impression, honestly. Because I thought he was going to be the one to actually book it. So.
Are you serious? Is that
100%. I sent the audition like, congratulations, Matt Mercer, you're gonna be Hawks. I appreciate that. Yeah, back then I was like, oh, I don't sound cool enough. Who's the coolest sounding people that aren't in the show? And so, I stressed for 4 hours before finding voices of Hawks. So that's the guy. So, thank you, stress.
I just channel my inner teenage angst. That's it.
Nice.
Angry teenage Trina. Savage?
I just looked at the dude and said, that's what his voice needs to be. And then Colleen said, do better. And then I tried harder, and then I got to be All Might.
My audition for Bakugo back in the day, I had seen the first episode, so I was like, okay, I kind of know what he sounds like, so I'll just sort of swing in that ballpark. But I was also very much convinced that Deku was going to be cast to Justin Briner. So I was like, what would be a good sound next to Justin Briner? And I sort of swung like that, and somehow it landed.
Home run. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good tactic.
That's a
really good background.
Way to think of it.
Stealing.
All right.
Thanks for your question so much.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
My question is kind of a follow-up. Your characters have developed so much throughout the seasons now. How have you approached voicing them nowadays, and especially the teachers and the students? How you look at those characters as well?
We get to be quieter more often. That's pretty cool.
It's the opposite for me. I was surprised how much Hawks was yelling this season, and that was something that was really challenging for me in this one. It was like, I always know what he sounds like when he's cool, and I kind of know what he sounds like when he's fighting, but I don't know what he sounds like when he's this emotional, because he doesn't usually get to this place. So like I would ask for a lot of retakes because I felt like the yells sounded off. I was like, oh, that sounds kind of like a little too old, or that sounds a little too this. And so for me, like each season sort of keeps me on my feet. Like the more I learned about Hawks, the more I knew where to give him nuance, where his voice sits in a particular emotional state. It's really fascinating.
You know.
That's it. Thank you. Unless someone else wants to.
I have everything. I don't know. Like I said, my direction for the most part of the entire show was cute and creepy, and so this season Mike was just like, I know it's weird, just drop everything about her that's cute. Just drop all of that. She's got no hope anymore. There's no reason to be at all giddy about anything, not even on the inside. So just take that out, all anger, all angst, all of it. So that was weird. That was so weird as Toga, but so right.
I will say it's interesting to be in a show for this long that takes place over one freshman year.
Wonder what's gonna happen next year.
It's a little interesting because like literally so much has happened and we're all still the same. You know what I mean? Like so it's stuff changes and they grow, but it's the freshman year. It's still freshman year.
I would like to point out though that there is a moment where Bakugo mentions we can't even move on to the next grade right now because of this issue that's going on with the villains. So they actually are supposed to be going into their second year, but everybody has halted progressing into the next grades. So it's a little bit longer than one freshman year,
right.
but it's prolonged.
In point of fact, I just wanted to point out that just so that you know, Mr. Wakeham, that is incorrect.
You're welcome. Trina, your impression of me is really good.
I love you so much. I really do.
Can you just say stupid Deku for me?
I'm sorry?
Can you say stupid Deku in that voice?
You're a stupid Deku.
There you go.
Whoa, is that Bakugo
That was,
here?
it's like I'm hearing another me. That was awesome. You remember when I talked about Trina being very plus ultra? I take it all back.
The worst. It's all part of my plan, so I don't have to pay you the 50. Moving on.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks.
I don't know what that was.
That was did a good stitch.
Hello. My question is for Cooper.
Hi.
Hi.
Me or the fake one?
You. When starting voice acting for Bakugo, did you believe his character would go through such a big transformation from being such a bully to realizing his own weaknesses?
I had hoped that he would. Just being familiar with the shonen anime sort of structure, the rival character kind of exists for the sake of being humbled. So I sort of lived with the dream that I was like, eventually, I won't be the character that told another character to kill themselves. Yeah. So I had hope that we'd get here, and look at us now. Look at how far my boy has come.
Are you happy with like how he is being all soft and like?
I mean, right now.
Oh, he is. He's on the ground.
Right now, in this very moment, I mean, maybe I'm not thrilled with his current position, but you know,
He's pretty rigid right now.
Yeah, he's.
telling someone to kill themselves. See what that got you, Bakugo? See what that got you?
This development that just happened right now is awesome.
So yeah. No, I mean I have loved portraying all of the growth for him. I mean, it's really honestly like an actor's dream to get to play a character that is not a static one note, you know, and to get to tell stories like that and they evolve and move forward. That is one of the best things about the job that we get to do.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
He's so cold.
He's really cool.
If you want,
If we want.
in your guys' character, if they were quirkless, what job would they have besides a hero or a villain?
Blood drive.
Am I allowed to answer this question?
Too soon. Spoilers. I don't know about quirkless, but I always think it'd be funny if Bakugo was an antiperspirant salesperson. Just, you know, he was like the Old Spice guy, you know? I'm on a horse!
Look at you, now look at me.
Now look at me! Ladies, look at your man. Now look at me. Look at your man. Now look at me.
I need that actually. That's hilarious.
I think if Jira was quirkless, she would be a rock star.
Yeah.
Woo! That's good. I feel good about that. Zabit?
What if All Might were quirkless?
What if he were quirkless?
Crazy talk, we know.
Jeez, what would he do? He would really want to have a quirk really badly, wouldn't he? He would probably just follow ladies around and beg them to have a quirk and stuff like that. That sounds really weird out of context if you have not seen the show, actually.
Even knowing that he meant, I was like,
Yeah, sorry, Patrick. You'll get there. I don't know. All Might could probably, he'd be a great basketball player, I think. He's pretty tall. Yeah, he could be a hair model maybe, or something.
he could go into like little skinny places and get things out that people had dropped.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a job or more of a vocation.
It's a hobby. Yeah.
I think Endeavor would be, if we're going for the ironic, he'd be a firefighter, like putting out fires. But I could also see him as like the kind of like, not like the PE coach at school, but like if your kid's on like the travel team, like the super competitive team, the really emotionally abusive coach who then maybe makes you not like that sport anymore because they're all about winning and not about the humanity. So firefighter or really horribly abusive travel team coach. Yep.
I feel like I am contractually obligated not to answer this question. There is an answer. And I feel like I can't say it.
You're a
Not there yet. If, per se, Hawks were quirkless.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically. Who would? Preposterous thought, really. Yeah, there's an answer. Probably.
Oh my god, you'd be that dude running around shirtless with a sword where you're like, what are you about?
Yeah, talking about back in my day. I used to be a hero. There's a real answer. I can't say it. There's an actual answer, and I don't.
It's okay. The question started with if you want to.
If I wanted to. And I contractually can't.
You work at a pet store. There you go.
A pet store. You wouldn't be a vet or anything like that. Like, just work at the pet store. And here's your gerbil, man. Have a good one.
Check out the birds. birds.
Check out the birds, they're great.
All right. Thank you so much.
Oh, no bird today? Oh, okay, that's fine.
Hi.
Hello.
This is for Leah.
Hello.
If Victoria was guiding from the beginning and seeing how to repress her powers, is he how to guide from the beginning how to use her power for good? How is he different from CB?
If I could use my power, she could use her powers for good.
Yeah, if he was now her parents don't know how to repress it, is they guide her with love and support, how different will she be?
Oh, that is a very sweet
Yeah.
question. That is. I think she would be very different. I mean, I think she'd probably be a hero, and she and Ochako would be just BFF, you know? Because, yeah, she would be able to show love in a healthy, nurturing way. She would have that example. She would have that maternal, figure between birth and 5 years old, and it's so important because your brain is just ready to be growing. So yeah, I think she would definitely be way different, and yeah, she'd be happy. So thanks, guys, for screwing her up.
What do parents take her to blood drinking clubs and stuff like that? Put her in activities and stuff?
No.
Oh my God, her hero name could be B positive.
That's a good one.
He just dropped that gold. Is just,
Thank you, everybody. We had a great panel tonight. That was great.
Thank you. Slimes, everybody. Thank you.
Hi, I'm curious if your character's backstory were to take a dark turn and you turned villain, what would that turn be and what do you think would get you arrested?
Yeah.
Man, if only that would happen.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if Toga's blood type is actually listed anywhere.
He really is.
I'm invested in this.
I think it
Oh my gosh,
changes
that'd be so
on the
amazing
day.
if it actually was be positive.
I feel like it has to be listed.
It has to be.
I think that one, just to kind of vamp for a second, I think one interesting thing about Endeavor is he wasn't doing great stuff. His backstory isn't great, but it's and you see this in real life too, where people are really good at their job and maybe they're not a great person, and allowances are made for them because of their value professionally. And I feel like, one could make the argument that if, he were just some non-quirkless, non-hero dude in that same situation, treating people the way he did, maybe something would have happened, someone would have said something, but instead it's like, oh man, we need him. So, broken stair theory, we're just gonna kind of not focus on that. So I like that the show presents sort of real life situations like that, where it's kind of nuanced, and it's like, oh, somebody shoulda, coulda, woulda said something, but they didn't. Eek. So,
Bakugo can't be a villain. It's not even a
Not cool enough.
Not even a hypothetical situation. He's gonna be the #1 hero, and that's the only path. So.
Aizawa could have definitely been a villain. I could see Aizawa with a different sort of upbringing, with a different sort of situation, being like an evil psychiatrist or something. Just taking meetings with clients, charging them exorbitantly, and just telling them the most basic common sense information. And being over it the whole time. If he had no quirk, having a session with somebody, charging an insane rate and saying, "How much sleep did you get? That's not enough. Are you drinking water? You need to be drinking water. Did you eat today?" Like maybe an evil life coach. That sounds more like an evil life coach. I could see that.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I used to joke that I would want All Might to be, if he was a villain, he would just force people to eat his hair. So eat my hair, eat my hair.
Oh my god.
So that should have been the premise of
He
the
would
last
just-
movie.
He would just give unknowing people his quirk. He'd just give like really weak people his quirk and watch them explode. It's dark, I'm sorry.
That sounds like Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like the true Dark.
Hi, my friend wasn't able to be here, so I'm gonna ask a question for her.
Okay.
What's a quality you've learned from your character that you'd like to keep with you?
Wearing scarves in all weather, I guess. Would be mine. I mean, it's like 100 degrees outside. It's like, I'm wearing a scarf. That's a commitment to fashion I do not have. So I wish I had that, I guess. Yeah.
I have to ask Troy Baker.
Oh my gosh. The real life is
I think for me it'd be trying to be vulnerable enough or unguarded enough to really apologize to people when I mess up and have to be cool with how they take that. You know, realizing that an apology doesn't mean you get forgiveness. An apology sometimes means
For you.
Yeah. So admitting when I mess up and taking the lumps as they come.
Don't be a traitor? Or what?
Don't be a traitor.
Just
Don't
saying.
stab your friends in the back.
Literally or figuratively?
Both. I'm trying to find a way to word this. Like, you can do good without needing to be acknowledged for it. Yeah, because I think that's usually how hop stories kind of go. Is you can look at the big picture and know what needs to be done, and you don't necessarily need anyone's permission or acknowledgement afterward, because you do it for the greater good. You do it because it matters instead of like what you can get out of it. Yeah, and don't stab people.
Yeah.
Probably part of that. Yeah. Don't make friends with a person and make them think you're your friend for a few years, and then when you guys disagree, stab them. It's probably bad.
Don't do that. What have you learned from My Hero Academia? Stabbing is bad.
People is wrong.
No matter how much you love him. I don't know, I feel like Toga's whole backstory just kind of drives home this whole point of like, good parenting is important.
Yeah.
Otherwise your kids turn out to be different.
Yeah. Different was a good word.
Yeah. Killers. I don't know. Don't try so hard. That's Toga's. Like, come on. It's alright. It's gonna be alright.
Awesome, thank you.
I'll take that.
Okay.
That 40 seconds of silence says.
Although it's not as bad as it used to be, why is it that they still take out references to Japanese culture in My Hero Academia, the English dub? Because for example, at Christmas time, Eri goes in the English dub, in sickness and in health. In the Japanese version, it's demons out, demons in. Why do you guys still do that?
Oh, because no one knows what that means.
Yeah.
Unless you know Japanese or whatever, because I wouldn't know what that meant.
Yeah, that was a reference to Setsuban. That's a holiday that follows right after Christmas.
Yeah, Americans don't really know that. We don't know that at all, really, most of us. That'd be my guess.
I can imagine my mom walking in on me and somebody saying demons out, demons in, and being really concerned about what I'm watching. Yeah. Maybe it just didn't fit the flaps too. Like maybe it just sometimes it could be a flap thing.
The important thing about all this is that you need to understand that a dub is not translation, a dub is adaptation. And the intention of an adaptation is to present to the widest audience possible the same experience that was present in the original presentation of the material. So for a Japanese audience hearing that expression, that means something to them. But to an English-speaking audience around the world, that doesn't mean anything to them. So we have to present a phrase that would translate a similar meaning, or at least incite a cultural reference for us that we would understand. That's really the reason why those things don't make it in all the time. Like, it's just because it's not supposed to be a direct translation. It is supposed to be something that makes people understand and connect with the material.
While still keeping this.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right, guys, so we have one more question, I think, and then we're going to be done. So you are on that one.
No pressure.
So, to someone that has not watched My Hero Academia, how would you describe your character in less than 10 words?
Sleepy Batman.
I'm the best.
I am here.
Dahmer cheerleader. I don't know. That's what she reminds me of.
Good at fire, bad at dabbing.
Archangel from X-Men, but better.
Yeah.
I have an answer, and it's a good one.
So good.
It's so good.
Closing us out, Trina.
Closing
us out. No pressure. You got this.
Somebody else answer.
No.
You know, I think we have time for another question.
No, we don't. No. That's 3:35. You don't.
I have an answer, and it is I am who I am. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
I am who I am.
Yeah. Biblical.
Same as Popeye.
You're God, what?
All right, guys, so that is going to be the end of our panel.
Oh!
Thank you so much for being here and answering the questions and being big sports. If you want to introduce or plug anything or anything else you want to say while you're up here?
I am contractually obligated to plug something right now. My contract is called a marriage agreement. If you go and see my wife, Krista McGuire, at her table, she can draw you as an anime character. Doesn't that sound awesome? Woo! It's sort of like getting a caricature made on the boardwalk, except you will like it at the end.
And she's really, really good. It's really fun. She's done me before, and it was a good time.
She drew Trina. She drew Trina.
She drew me. She drew me.
Wow.
Wait, guys, she drew me.
And I'm gonna go.
Trina, how did you make that happen? Did you do the impression of me, or like?
She drew me as an anime character. It was cute. It was a good time. I enjoyed myself. I'll be at my cake.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.